from sampling to fabric defects to misprints, weaving issues, fabric that is kept for too long has too many issues, and in this process the amount of fabric that gets discarded is just too much. Every year we save around 100,000 meters of fabric. It just takes a lot longer to create something sustainable. It requires a lot of patience to create something sustainable. It's not impossible to do. There is different types of wastages within the factory also. एक है fabric waste, which is larger fabrics that is either dead stock. There is post-cutting waste where the garment is cut out. Now there is just larger panels of fabrics that is left over. So we source both dead stock and we source larger fabric panels, because we know that either we can panel it together to create something, or once we source larger fabrics, we can always print over it, we can embroider over it, we can patch, etc. We can cut larger patches and do interesting work with it. So once the fabric wastages comes to us in all shades of, say, white, peach, beige, then we think about the prints that can go over it and design the prints for the same. This fabric we have in lesser quantity, this fabric we have in slightly more quantity. So the paneling and the patchwork would also be converted or created based on material availability. So all of those trying and testing of what we want to do with the material is going to be happening with the support of this team. Like chotu scraps will then convert it, like be patched together with like little embroidery details, and then this fabric is then ready to convert it into a new product. So something that I'm wearing right now is, so it comes to us as whites, grays, creams, these kind of shades of fabric. We create a print depending on what is the problem in the fabric. If it has like too many darker shades, stains, things like that, then we sort of print over it in a darker color. And these are digital print azo-free dyes. Fabric waste, the scraps that are left over, are then woven back on handloom to create different kinds of products. So if you see this, the motu thread here is from fabric scraps. Sustainability is a space which requires a lot of patience, a lot of artisanal skills to sort of bring them together. Like this is like age-old kantha technique. So whatever's left over, we know that we can bring it back together into like a new fabric and create just some fun shirts and products out of that. So whatever's still left over in terms of scraps, it then goes back to pulp, and we create our packaging paper out of it, which then is either printed over and then make different kinds of products out of it. This, for example, is notebook. Our tags are also made from recycled paper from cotton fibers. I think step one is to become more aware, research more, read more, understand that these problems and issues are real. It's not governments or policies or their changes that you need to keep relying on. At an individual level, you can incorporate a lot the clothes that you are deciding to buy in that year. It's not a disposable product. You don't consume and it goes away. You consume and it stays, especially all the mixed fibers that you have, all the polyesters that you have. There's still very limited recycling that is possible on that material. So I think it's important to understand that you don't need as many clothes as you buy. You need to sort of pause and choose well.